Good evening slash morning, everybody, or afternoon, maybe for some of you. And welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing?
Hey.
Great.
Doing pretty well.
Good, good. Um, why don't we cruise around the table before we do anything else and introduce our characters, starting with the lovely Simon, to my right.
Oh, hello. I will be playing Victor this time. This will be his second appearance, but he has certainly changed since last time, since he got reincarnated. So now he is bit changed. Like his chestnut hair has gone blonde, and he has gray eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bit heavier now because like he lost a lot of dexterity and like strength. He gained a lot of constitution. So like as before, he was kind of thin and a bit sickly. So now like it's a bit more rounded out, I would say.
Very nice.
Also, he has one mole left on his face
No!
as a tribute to like.
Where's
to
the one
never
mole?
forget.
Where is it? Where's
It's
the one
like
mole?
here.
Oh,
It's like here. I have a little mole here, but like it's on him. It's a lot bigger and a bit hairy as well, just to like have that homage to the first session.
Nice, nice. Well, that's lovely to meet Victor again, new Victor. Howard, how are you?
All right. And Howard has changed from a blonde-haired, blue eyes, 5'8" chubby guy to a 6-foot brown-haired, brown eyes, lean guy. Completely lost the cat scar on the side of his face from poor little Oscar the cat.
He'll get a new one.
And now he's just sad because, 17 to 15 con.
Well, at least the cat, Oscar, didn't get hit with any of those polymorphing spells,
That would have been awkward.
It would have been a little bit too much to do. I couldn't make your cat, like, go bald or grow, like, weird moles on it or something, or grow, like, extra tails out of its back.
Well, yeah, it would not have ended that well if the cat wound up, getting harmed or dying.
Yeah.
He's like a cleric of Vomitor for joy, and like his main source of joy in life is the cat. So
Yeah. All right. And last but not least, we got the Rock.
What up? The Rock did change a little bit from the last several times he's been appeared. He's no longer got them rat whiskers or rat tail going on. And he found his push-ups again in the form of he got his 3 con back. So that's definitely what he'll be doing, is push-ups for the entire
Very
time.
nice.
He found push-ups. He's so happy.
All right. Well, let's kick it off. You guys are standing in Shenanigans.
No,
No?
I'm doing push-ups in Shenanigans.
Are they wall push-ups? Because then you
No.
could be standing on your hands.
Oh, that
Are
sort
you
of wall push-ups, not
You're
the
doing like
cheater
the
wall
one
push-ups.
finger kind of push up.
No, I'm definitely just doing your standard push-ups because I found them again. Remember, that's the whole point. I found them again. I've been super excited about it.
I think I'm just sitting like I have like forgone the wine and like drinking a bit heavier stuff now, like just trying to like forget the last encounter, but every time I look in the mirror it all comes back. It's like yeah.
And reminded me again, your family had certain expectations for you?
Oh yeah. So Victor's gonna have to either find some sort of powerful wizard or something to like revert him back to his old state, or find a very good like illusionist, or try to convince them like just like, hey, it's actually me, But we'll see about that. It's not really in a hurry just yet to do that, I suppose.
Okay. Well, you're all sitting around a table here at Shenanigans. Desmond's up by the bar. Glib Glob is serving drinks back and forth. Layla is not around. Lizzie's not around. Borscht is in the kitchen, as usual, cooking up a storm filled with cursing and all sorts of stuff like that. It's a pretty decently crowded day. Maybe like 30 or 40 people in here.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
So what are you guys up to?
Howard, do they usually gather?
Petting the cat.
Commoners usually gather this much in the evening or the afternoon. This is just a special occasion.
Adventurers come here?
It varies every now and then from week to week, depending on what's going on.
I'm sorry. Extraordinaire commoners. Daredevils. Mm-hmm.
Listen, as far as your family is concerned, you're a commoner now.
I say, good sir.
I'll probably like stop for my push-ups and like, oh, kid, you just got told. And I'll continue.
Like, I might have had a slight change.
Kid, I don't even recognize you no more.
Does not mean I am any less noble.
I don't know. You got polymorphed. I don't know if you have noble blood now.
Yeah, you guys sure. You guys sure make a big deal about blood, and it sounds like you got different blood now. So, oh wait, I can't do that.
Are you suggesting I cut myself to see if I had different blood?
I mean, how are you going to be able to tell one blood from the next just by looking at it?
Right. It's not the color, but it's different. I'm not sure if you understand that. Big oath.
At a table nearby, leans back in his chair is this. Hold on, roll a die. Leans back in her chair is this woman dressed in black robes. And she kind of kicks back towards your table and goes, you guys talking about blood?
Yeah, a little bit. Why?
Why, yes. We are discussing such a, subject. Why do you ask?
Well, my name is Sherry, and I'm interested in all things pertaining to blood. If you need a DNA test, like that's a term that we wizards use. It's called a oh shit. Uh-oh. Wait, what's an acronym for DNA that could make sense? Uh-oh.
I don't know. Like, you could just use blood, I guess. Sanguine or something.
God, I'm normally so good at coming up with these on the spot, but this time it's not working. There's gotta be a medieval acronym for DNA. A dedicated
Determinant.
Ooh,
Determining natural advantage? I don't know.
ooh, that's close. God, there's no D.
Determining a noble assessment.
Ooh, that's pretty good. A determining noble attributes test. That is something I have been very interested in studying. Do you happen to have a couple of samples of your blood from before and after your accident? I couldn't help but overhear your whole conversation.
But I doubt he has anything from before, but we can sure give you some samples now.
I like you looking over, like you're shifting my eyes. How sketchy does she look?
Yeah, she's got like a bright smile. She has some like green and red feathers hanging in her ears. She's got like dangling earrings that kind of look like wind chimes. But she's dressed in these like dark black robes that are thick and slightly fuzzy. And she carries a kris at her side.
Right. Right.
How tall is Chris?
Well, that would be like a.
What's he look like?
Like what?
Kris is one of those like wavy, spirally, daggery thingies like this.
Yeah. Oh, you just happen to have a Chris on hand.
I think Ryan got it for me as a gift for 1 year or something like that, and so now it just sits with my pile of D&D things near my desk. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I shouldn't but I mean I have a tiara, just like
It's within hand's reach, yeah.
yeah, it's just like
I have a wizard staff, but it's on the other side of the country right now.
Got some like party hats over here too. You know,
I'm trying to figure out how to get it across an ocean. So,
but like I'm guessing like just looking at her, you can kind of like determine like she is probably a bit of bad news, I suppose. Like
I don't know. I mean, she's dressed like an evil wizard, but she's got like a charming, friendly demeanor.
yeah,
Maybe that's sketchy. Maybe
yeah, it's,
she's like bucking the
maybe-
stereotype here. So maybe you should be weirded out, or maybe like you're just prejudging black-robed wizards.
uh,
yeah,
right.
like she isn't all
I
haggled
mean, to
and
be
ugly
fair,
looking.
Zan's
Like,
also looking
there's something
back
going
good.
on here. She's too normal looking for someone
Miss
for a wizard
Cherry,
dressed in
was
black.
it?
Sherry,
What?
yeah, like the drink.
Cherry. Right. And you said you want blood samples, like
Yes, I'm very interested in research on blood. She like scoots her chair away from her friends and like just kind of turns it and scoots towards your table, having joined it now.
what's her company kind of like? Where she at?
She's hanging out with a dwarf with an eye patch and a saber at his side, and he's got like one peg leg. Also at the table is a druid who's got like, it's like an emo druid whose hair has been dyed black and has like an old gnarled like rotten staff that it's like sort of leaning on. And there's a halfling that is
how do we know he's a
yapping up a
druid?
storm.
Yeah,
do we know he's a druid, Neal?
Hashtag evil adventure party.
He's got like bark glued to his armor, and he's got like a little grass helmet on with flowers coming out of it, but they're like wilted flowers.
Very well.
Nice touch. Okay.
Probably not realizing before I look up, snicker a little bit, and keep going back to push-ups.
But exactly. So what would you do with the blood? Could you? I mean, I understand. You heard my predicament, but is it possible you could help me in any way?
Of course. If you don't have any samples of your blood from before your accident, we would just need blood samples from one of your parents.
Oh,
That's much harder.
And then we'd take the blood sample from your parent and the blood sample from you, and we'd mix them together with one or two other ingredients. And then if it turns red, they're a match, and you guys share a noble ancestry. Detecting noble ancestry. If that's what we said earlier, that's what it is now. And if it turns any color other than red, well, the two of you do not share the same noble ancestry. Now, I guess if you're using it with a parent, it might be a little bit maroon, since they would only have half of your parents' ancestry. So, like a red or maroon, I guess, would mean you're related.
Well, that'd be kind of hard to get, I suppose.
Well, no one ever said these things were easy. But if that's what you'd like to do, I can assist you with that. Free of charge. Yep.
Great.
Bro, this sounds like a steal. Not even making you pay for it.
All
I
I'm
know.
after is the research and the knowledge, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
How noble.
Now we haven't determined quite where my parents
Haha.
are, I suppose, but
Well, it is time to figure that out. Let's go to the world map here. Where are you from?
like if say like a baron that would own like a little bit of land, not like a huge like a high standing noble, but like just enough, I suppose.
Okay. So do your parents could own a full-fledged town like Rencourt or Darcis, or they could have like a village out in the countryside?
I think that would probably be
Okay.
Village.
Then you can kind of pick anywhere on the left side of this line. and that can be your village, except for like this region up here. There's nothing up here. It's pretty unpopulated.
Right, so somewhere around in these parts, like
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. Well,
Pick the great horn. It'll be great.
is that where the wyvern was?
Rock lives, yeah.
Yeah, that's where the
The
rock
wyvern
is.
skull,
No, the rock was at Shenanigans.
Okay. Let's pick. I'm guessing it's mostly like grasslands or steppes or whatever in this region.
Yep.
Okay. Let's pick it. Let me a dot here. There we go. Blue dot there. Blue for blue blood. There we go.
Oh, it totally should have turned blue instead of red. Oh, my mistake. Oh well. Fine. Excellent.
Is that like-
So, that's about a 2-day journey. So you gotta like get good. It's about a day to get out of the forest, and then maybe another day there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll have to come up with names. You know what? I'm probably like Victor the Second. So, my father can just be named Victor as well.
Perfect.
And, my mother's name can be Clara. There we go.
Victor and Clara.
And I have a brother, whose
Ooh.
name is Carl.
Carl the brother.
Yeah, Carl the brother, and he's so that's like really things like coming with like I have to like go out and adventure and come back in a year because Carl is my twin brother,
Oh.
and I was technically born before him,
Mm-hmm.
but like we kind of have an equal share, but my father really just one head and like of the family, so I'm out adventuring and Carl's somewhere else like doing the same, so it's kind of like a race, I guess, like and piling up our accomplishments after 1 year, like he gets to inherit.
Oh, that's
Well,
pretty cool.
Don't worry, this is Shenanigans. You're about to find some accomplishments. That's what we're good at, is accomplishing things.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
All right.
Excellent.
So, Sherry excuses you guys to go to her table to let her party know what's going on, that she's going to be maybe sitting out of this next adventure or whatever, while the three of you have a chance to talk and formulate your plan.
Okay, you two. I kind of like I guess kind of like go to our table like in a bit, just having a hushed conversation.
Sure.
What?
So, I am interested in this, I would say. Like, it would probably help me, like, when I eventually get back, if I cannot restore my appearance from before. This is probably a pretty good opportunity, but I'm a bit suspicious of Sherry. Not quite sure what she's going to do.
Well, I mean, didn't she tell you what she was gonna do?
She's just gonna try and, compare it, I suppose. But I'm not sure how I would go about telling, like convincing my parents why I look like this. So
Well, I mean-
I need you two to sneak into my into my parents' bedroom at night and get a blood sample.
All
Alright,
right.
look down. Look at what I'm wearing. Like, look back up.
Or like I know just like.
I'm telling you right now, there's no way I'm sneaking anywhere.
No, you don't look at the sneaky type. What to do?
Listen, I don't think that's actually going to work.
I mean,
Of course it'll work. It's Shenanigans.
I'm just saying that now, after a year, when I have inherited my title, I just saying, like, there is money. I just don't have it right now, but I can promise you after a year, you will be greatly rewarded for this.
Pretty good. All you have to do is concoct a ruse to get blood samples from his parents somehow. Perfect Shenanigans plot.
Perfect Shenanigans.
It just writes
plot.
itself.
All right. Well, I mean, there's always the good old go in there. It's like kick a window in and take it and say your son's life depends on it. And I bet they'd love that.
Always.
Please don't wrap up my parents.
There's always the knock him out, stab him, cure my wounds, and say it's all fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And then we can be like, sorry, leave a note that says sorry for the convenience or the inconvenience. Thank you for your time, and leave them like a spattering of things. Like, there's some copper in there, there's like a glass bead, there's some flowers or something, I don't know, just like
Now,
a random.
Alternatively, I
things.
could try to convince them just by the, the memories that we shared over the years, and perhaps something that only we would know, but
I think that would work better than us trying to get blood from your father / mother.
well, we could always try to get, I suppose, if father is usually out hunting during the days, perhaps we could try and see if we could intercept the hunting. That we would have to face so many guards. I mean, he has an entourage, but while they're skilled fighters, well, I'm just looking at you, Rock. I think you would be their better.
Well, I appreciate that, but I've found that fighting people in authority, even if I can take them all out, usually doesn't end well.
You have to look at it from our point of view. We're not going to go around stabbing nobles.
I mean,
You
as
didn't
much
have
as I
a
like to
problem
stick to the
dragging me
man
off the
sometimes.
crypt, I'm just saying. So I'm not sure exactly where your morality is at, really. Like, what do you think?
No, I did know a guy. I know several guys who'd totally be down for that. Haven't seen them in a while. It's really crazy. Usually they're here. I don't know where they're at.
It's a mystery, considering the bar is so full.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's quite a mystery indeed.
I'm supposed to be.
I'm just saying Zen's probably just passed out drunk in a corner. Like blackout drunk.
I'm pretty sure half the people I'm talking about are just Rob's characters.
Hey. All right. So,
Pretty sure. It actually has been a long
how
time
would
since
you
I've
do
seen them.
this? If we're gonna do this, I mean, if what she proposes is true, I mean, this would save me a lot of trouble. The other thing is convincing my parents that this,
But-
ritual she's going to do is actually doing what she says it does.
But wait,
If she,
here's what I don't get. If you can convince your parents that you're you to give you a blood sample,
yeah, that doesn't really.
why
make
do we
sense.
need a blood sample in the first place? if
You're
your parents
pretty,
believe
you're
you?
pretty smart. You're pretty smart, Rock. I hadn't considered that.
Twice. All right.
You're actually correct. The other thing is returning might seen as a failure on my part because I'm returning before the year has passed.
I also have to
That might
ask,
become- Go ahead.
even if you came back now and it was seen as like a failure. At the same time, if we do this now and then like a year from now, when you need to go back and convince them, oh, hey, it's me, I have this blood sample done.
Yes.
On what authority would they think that's actually
There's
on?
a lot of holes in this plan, yes.
Yes.
Which is why we should just sneak in and take your blood.
But how would it help? On whose authority would they be able to tell, oh,
Hey.
yes, that is clearly...
Well, you guys are thinking too long term, right? Because
Yeah.
if it
This
is the
shenanigans.
correct blood
Neal's
sample,
gonna forget by next week anyway.
well, no, because if he does still maintain the proper lineage, then I'm sure you can prove it to them at a later point. But it's good to know for yourself, even if you don't have solid proof for a year down the road. You know, like no need to worry about what's happening in a year. Just sort it out now.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a way to solve these things again,
I mean-
right? You could just do the same quest in a year.
But what if he gets
by
polymorphed
any
again?
by any means.
Oh, God.
What did you say?
What if you get polymorphed again?
Oh no!
Would we have to do this
No,
all
we cannot,
over
we
again?
cannot think about the, we cannot think about the ifs. If I get reincarnated or polymorph, we cannot think about that. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, like,
Yeah, you can't think about the ifs, but I'm pretty sure someone at some point has brought up what happens if we get polymorphed. And like not 2-3 months ago, what happened? We got polymorphed. Last week, what happened? Some people got.
the disembodied voice in our
Redux.
heads is have a point though. Like, I should get some own clarification if the blood that I carry is still linked to my parents. That way, I will also know if I need to get unchanged or changed back.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's a good point. I suppose,
or we can just go find
one,
another way, so there's really-
can you convince your parents that it's you?
if I go back, I could maybe convince them that it's still me. But it could also mean that they think like, oh, I came back because I couldn't handle being out as an adventurer, and that might mean no inheritance for you.
Yeah. Yep. If you
And
could,
that means you two will not get any rewards.
Ah, crap! We won't get any rewards.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, don't you have like a year to think on this?
well, you don't want to blow it by being like, "Hi, parents." You know, like
It's me. I'm back after a week or
Yeah.
something.
yeah. I think you guys are gonna have to secretly steal their blood without explaining to them why it's happening. I think that's the only viable option here, and you guys need an elaborate ruse to do it.
Elaborate ruse.
Yeah.
Putting everything to the players. How to do?
Elaborate ruse. What
I'm
if
a
we get
cleric.
a really,
I'm normally
really,
used to...
really drunk, and then have your dad sign a piece of paper? You nobles seem to love that sort of stuff.
We do love papers, yes.
Yes, you love papers. So get them really drunk,
But
and then convince them to sign a paper like, "Yeah, you're my son," and then it's all good.
I mean, I have like a signet ring.
Yeah,
Well,
what?
there you go.
Okay.
Hey, then just write your parents a letter. Boop, magic happened to me, and you're good.
Yeah. I'm sure they won't mind. In the competition for who gets to inherit everything, the person who gets polymorphed is probably not going to be penalized in the slightest.
If I say,
What if we? Oh, here's a better idea. Here's a better idea. What if we find your brother and get him polymorphed too?
Well,
And we just make sure his polymorph is worse than yours, so that way you're clearly the better choice. Like polymorph him into a freaking like
Hold on.
rabbit or
I
something.
got an idea. If you and your brother are twins, we get you and him to sit on the fountain out back of the wizard school until you get body swapped.
There's such
Like
a
Rob
thing.
character,
There's
Rob's
such a thing.
character and his son.
we could find my brother, and we could swap bodies and then kill him. Yes.
Whoa!
What the hell?
What?
Whoa, I was happy to just be like, oh yeah, turn him into a freaking duck or something. That's hilarious.
What?
This? Whoa, bro, that's like a step.
You don't
further.
know my brother. He's
You're right, I don't.
evil.
Okay,
He has
is he
given
evil
me
because
so many wedgies. With
Oh,
the-
okay, that's what I thought. He's not actually evil. He's just like schoolyard evil.
He's a huge dick.
All right.
It's better off
Okay,
dead.
don't judge a guy on his penis size. Come on now.
Okay. Wait, that fountain thing is actually a thing?
Is it a thing, Howard?
I don't know. Is it?
You know,
it a
Rob's
thing?
character got body swapped with his son, but it's one of those like Freaky Friday things that you can't really recreate.
Aw,
It's like the
crap,
magic
then.
of the situation.
And it's only
Yeah.
Sketchy Saturday, so
Yeah,
that's
you'd have to wait a
window.
long time to do that.
Yeah.
It's the convenience.
Hmm.
It's got to be convenient for the fountain, and it has to be really inconvenient for us. So we got to find a way for it to be really inconvenient for us. And the only thing I can see that happening is your brother actually coming out with all the money in the end.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, when if he inherits the title, he's probably his first.
First
Yeah.
task to just give you a wedgie? Like, that's not that bad.
No, he would probably either have me killed in a way that wouldn't, go back to him, or exile me or something.
How do you know your brother just doesn't have power already?
Too many ifs,
No.
man. There's too many ifs. You can't go
No,
that,
no, no, no,
that
no.
deep down.
I can go that deep down.
The agreement was 1 year. 1 year, and we go back. Like, he has no more claim on the title than I do at this point in time.
Sure about that?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Even in the agreements here, like, I put up like a stack of papers, like signed by everyone in the family, basically my mother, my father, my brother, and I. Like, it's like, oh,
This blank one.
contract.
Yeah.
This contract here like states. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paperwork.
Hold on, I'm gonna go to the wizard site. How does the blood need to be collected? Like a jar? Can it be just on a piece of cloth?
It needs to be in liquid form so they can be mixed. So enough of it that will stay, like, fill up a jar or fill up a vial or something. Because if it's just on a cloth, then it'll harden. If it's just a little bit in a jar, it'll dry. So, fill up some container and stop it so the blood doesn't congeal.
Rock, you didn't happen to harvest my blood in the last adventure, did you? Just by chance?
Hell no!
Pity.
I'm not some weirdo that goes around collecting blood.
Excuse me, I take offense to that. Says the
No, you're a
wizard
normal
Sherry.
person. No, you're a normal person going around collecting blood. It'd be weird if I collected blood. See what I'm saying there? A
You're
wizard,
doing
you'd
it for
expect that.
research. He'd just be doing it to collect blood.
Yeah. That's
Lovely.
like the sort of the creeper weirdo sort of weirdo going around collecting blood. You're the smart person going around collecting blood. I don't know.
Thank
what
you.
do.
Thank you for that correction. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's still kind of weird.
We could find Carl and maybe take his blood. But, well, that would not really.
Oh, here's a better one. What if we found your brother's and we took his blood?
You're so smart. Rock.
Yeah, and then just say it's yours. She doesn't have to know that it was your brother's.
Wait, what's the point though?
I don't think she.
Like, why do you care if you can tell that your brother's related to your parents? That doesn't help you.
No,
Because then he could say it was his.
No, okay, hold
you
on.
mixed up.
You're not trying to prove to your parents that you are who you are. You're trying to prove to
Neal.
yourself if you are still related to your
That's
family.
the thing. We need a noble's blood from his family, his brother.
No, she said it's got to be the parents. You can't do side to side. You got to go up and down the chain.
The Rock doesn't get this. That's why he suggests it.
All right, guys, it's time to pick a quest. You can start with one, and if it doesn't go well, you can try and switch it partway through. But let's pick a quest to start with right now.
What's the other quest?
What's the other option than collecting a noble's blood and getting imprisoned, Neal?
I mean, look, dude, why don't we just start with that? And we'll just see how it goes. You know, you don't have to have the entire thing planned out before you take off. It's shenanigans. You can have a half-baked idea and bake it along the way. It's great. It'll totally work.
And half-baked.
Or it can just be half-baked, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we just have to make sure our own half-baked plan doesn't interfere with Neal's half-baked plan. Otherwise, you're saying with quarter-baked and raw.
What you're telling me, Neal, is that this whole episode is actually just setting us up for a jailbreak.
I mean, whatever. Just have fun, man. Just have fun.
This is sounding like the Neal didn't do any planning sort of answer.
All right.
Okay, let's there are, well, if I want to find out if I'm still related, it has to be done in a way sort of I cannot be, I just have to find out for myself basically, because if I'm still related, that's the only like the only assurance would be to me if I have to like, yeah.
My only thought is, I could come in as a priest, say that there's a new way of creating holy water has come out that can specifically bless nobles if it's mixed with their blood.
Ooh.
And then you can sell it to them at a large profit.
What god were you offering again?
Joy?
God of joy.
Oh yeah, it could be like some sort of drug or something. Yeah, do this and it'll be great.
Not the god of drugs.
Oh.
It's just finding pleasure.
They're related. They're related. All
I'm
right.
just saying my parents are like kind of like Martha worshippers, so like.
Okay. Wait, Victor. You just say you need to be some sort of noble, right?
Once come again?
You just said you want to be some sort of noble, right?
Well, I am a noble. I mean.
Well, I mean, hardly anymore. You're a completely different person now. Anyway, how are nobles made? Like, I remember stories of some dude who was like walking along, and then some weirdo lady in a pond threw a stick at him. He called it a sword, and he became a king. So what if we do something crazy like that? And it's like, oh, we got this new pick your title here guy. He did this thing. Some lady in a pond threw a stick at him and said, "You're this noble now."
The von Schnaub family has existed for generations. Our titles were giving out by the...
Is your last name von Schnaub?
Von Schnaub, yeah. Von Schnaub.
Great.
You're just realizing we had like a whole discussion about it last week.
I seem to recall it from last week, but I'm re-enjoying the name right now for the second time.
That's good.
That's good.
Howard, I don't dislike the idea. I'm just wondering...
It needs to be something about mixing noble blood with holy water, or using noble's blood in place of holy water during the blessing ceremony.
You would be, you could, well...
That one sounds a little sketchy.
At least you could, I mean, fake it convincingly. Like to make this ritual. Just wondering how we would get an audience with them. We're pretty busy.
You said your parents wouldn't recognize you, yeah?
No, I mean, I just if I just
Okay.
remove every.
All right. I think I've got an idea. All right. Howard,
Yeah.
you say you can do this, all right?
Do what?
The scam, whatever thing. Just to get their
Maybe.
blood. Victor, do you think you could convince your parents that this is a good idea? Like, really sell it to them?
Are you suggesting I play the part of another noble, perhaps, or?
Yeah. Or you could just be like the salesman or something. Just like the you could be the wingman for talking up this.
Perhaps
This
we could
noble
go
blessing.
to the village. Schnubbington.
Schnobbington? Was that schnobbing or schnubbington?
Schnubbington.
Schnobbington. Oh my god, this place is great.
We could probably try to set up shop there, and if we spread some rumors, perhaps, we could have it so that it would probably sound very suspicious if it was like targeted to nobles, perhaps only. Or maybe. Probably one.
Well.
Plan B is you can always go and kill my brother. That way, he doesn't have any claim on the inheritance. So it's like,
Oh no, your brother died adventuring. He knew it was dangerous.
Right? Right. Although, he's probably already bought himself some companions already with his money. He's probably heavily guarded. Father did always like him a bit more. He gave him more pocket change when we left.
I'm telling you right now, man.
What
if he's back home right now, and it's all an elaborate ruse just to get you out of the house?
I'm just like, no, can't be. But he does like him better. God damn it. Now I have even more reason to go back home and check up. If that's the thing.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, I think we're heading to Schnappington.
I guess we're heading to Schnappington.
Just to get somewhere. Like, Sherry?
Yes, dear.
Yes. How long would this ritual take? And, like, what's the kind of, like, the details of the...
Well, we need the blood from you, the blood from one of your direct ancestors. The closer to you, the better. And then a few other little ingredients that we might have on hand or we might have to go gather, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. The blood should be no more than 2 weeks old.
How much blood?
It doesn't, just, a few drops, but you need to, like, you need to fill a vessel with it so there's no air in the vessel so the blood doesn't go bad. So you actually don't need much, but whatever you put it in needs to be full, So, can be a very small container as long as that small container is filled with blood.
All right, let's get a barrel.
Unless your family are giants, that won't work. You can't fill a barrel with people's blood. Trust me, I've tried.
That...
Zen would take offense to that.
Oh yeah,
Metamorphized liquids.
Zen could do that. Oh, I think I know a guy that could do that.
Well.
Anyway,
if you think that you could do this, Howard, maybe I could, and we start some rumors, perhaps, in my little village. That this is that is a new blessing. Is that what you call it? A new blessing for nobles? How you phrased it?
I'm
Or
trying to think of the best way to phrase it.
like blessing of what exactly? Like what god? Your god? I'm not sure. They might be considering that, like or
Enhanced holy water.
Mm. I mean,
It's naturally enhanced with the superiorness that you guys think is inside your blood. When really all it is just like genetic diseases and whatnot.
I'm sorry. Are you saying I have disease?
What? What's genetic? I don't know.
I'm thinking using your words have no meaning to me, and like they sound too big for you.
Yeah, they are. I don't honestly. I don't know what it's saying. I was just like spewing things.
Neal, how does holy water normally work against undead?
Splash
It doesn't
on
just
them and they take
ward
damage.
them. Like having it doesn't ward them away at all, does it?
No. You splash it on them and they take damage.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So maybe a new, more potent form of holy water, when imbued with the blood of the user, if used to cover part of the body, it wards all undead for 24 hours away from them.
Father is a bit superstitious as well. Even though undead is totally a thing, you know. But like, you know, spirit. I'm guessing like you mean undead as in spirits, like wards of spirits and like.
Right, ghosts, anything like that.
Oh,
We
you
could
could say
say
maybe even wards of fake creatures. Because he's often out hunting. Like he has a bit of a, you know. Someone's afraid it's gonna be like a brownie or something casting a spell on him.
right, but any form of skeleton, zombie, ghost, you just lather up any part of the body with the imbued blood. Well, Neal, there are oils and salves that exist in the world. Like that's like potions and oils. So.
Ooh, and perhaps, I mean, maybe say it makes it the user more like charismatic, perhaps, or.
No, just
There are
keep
a
it
lot of
as
lies
warding
that
off
you can
undead.
pitch. Yeah.
Maybe keep
Warding off undead. Just keep it simple. It wards off undead when used as an oil.
Don't tell you what sort of undead.
Undead in general. It's imbued with the clerical magical power to repel undead.
but only if you use noble blood or just.
The blood of the specific person.
But maybe. Okay. Okay. That might work. It's a crazy idea. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this is like, but hey, it's, I suppose. Well.
So we need glass vials.
A lot of glass vials or just some glass vials?
We should make it look convincing. We need at least 10 glass vials, even if we're only going to use 1 or 2 of them. Just to make it seem like we're just going from town to town, labeling the blood, bringing it back to the main church, and then we'll bring it back to those who ordered it.
Okay, so I think we have our quest line, at least what it is starting out as. We'll find out if it continues this way. You might run into problems. You might have to change your story. It might work perfectly and flawlessly. We don't know. We'll find out. But first, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with a little bit more shenanigans in like 8 minutes or so. See you guys soon.